Hi, John Mortensen, owner and operator of PetDoorStore.com, and today I'm going to do a quick little video to show you the Wedgit Charlie Bar. Now you can buy a Charlie Bar at the hardware store and they're all kind of the same. They usually are metal and they have a little adjustment for the length. You get it within about an inch or so of where you want, and then you just set it in the track and that's it. This one's a little different, just a little different, and it's particularly useful for people who have a panel pet door where you open up the slider and put the pet door in. What this one allows you to do is actually kind of put pressure to force the sliding glass door against the pet door. So if you have a problem, sometimes if you watch my other video, you can adjust the angle of the sliding glass door with the wheels and stuff to make them fit. But sometimes you get a house where everything's settled a little bit and everything's just a little bit off kilter, and this can solve some of those problems. So I'll show you briefly how it works. You've got your typical, your pin and series of holes here. You slide it out and then put the pin back in, and that's how you adjust the length for the most part. And then there's also this other end which screws out. So I'll come in close so you can see that. It's kind of like a ratchet mechanism, so that allows it to spin and not to be spun back out the other way. And that's the part that really allows you to force the sliding glass door against the pet door. As far as attachment goes, this thing is really easy. I mean, you basically have some Velcro tape on this end, little Velcro tape on the hook end over here, and corresponding Velcro tape on the door and the door jamb. Now, most of the time you would install this way because you don't really want the Wedgit sliding back and forth with the door. Unfortunately, this is an older aluminum door, and this piece is wider than the track on the wall side. So I actually have to install it backwards on this particular door. So I'm going to stick this over here and take my little clip for the wall side, stick it in there, and that concludes the installation of the Wedgit Charlie Bar. You just lift it up, set it in the track here, and oh, I've got it extended out too far. That's it. I mean, that is it. So if I were going to use this for day-to-day use, if I'm just going out of the house and want to lock it, I would just use it like that. If you had the pet door in there and you really wanted to wedge the two together, then you're going to have to turn this. And again, this. I don't know if you can really get the idea there, but this is now really putting some pressure on that door, and like I said, it'll kind of fix those very slight angle issues that you have. The other thing that you should do if you're trying to fix something like that is get the softest weather stripping tape that you can find at the hardware store. The stuff that comes with the pet doors, it's actually pretty stiff, and although you might squeeze it and think, oh, that's not that stiff, when you have a whole piece that's 7 feet tall or close to it, it takes a lot of pressure to compress that stuff. So go down and find the lightest, squishiest stuff that you can and put it on there, and that'll help you out. The other thing is this hook part, which normally again would be on this side, has a little lip on the top so that you can't lift it out. So again, one of the common complaints about Charlie bars is if you use it with a pet door, somebody can stick their hand through the pet door with a stick. They can just knock this thing out. Not with this one because of that little hook thing there. So it's pretty easy to install. Comes in two sizes. This is the large size, and this is a 6-foot wide sliding glass door. Now, as it turned out, this was just a little bit too short on its last adjustment for me to use. So I had to drill another hole in the tube here in order to make this work for this door without a pet door. With a pet door, almost everybody is going to use the short size. In fact, it's so nearly universal that if I see an order for a long one, I'll usually call the person and say, hey, did you actually mean to order that? Because the pet door might take up 15 inches or something. In fact, the rule of thumb on that is probably a good idea. The rule of thumb on that is take your flat width and then add 5 inches, okay? So if you have a 8-inch wide medium pet door, roughly 13 inches is what that panel is going to take up. And then you can subtract that from this side to figure out if you need the longer or the smaller. But like I said, it's almost always going to be the small one unless you have an 8-foot wide sliding glass door. So there you go. All right, if you have any questions on this, you can get me at 866-377-3667, or if you hit the chat on the website, that goes to me. It's not somebody in India or something like that. So you know, you can try me on the chat, or you can email us at sales@petdoorstore.com. I'll be happy to answer any questions, and maybe sell you one of these things. All right, thanks for watching.